biggest challenge you face in your field?
Time and noise. There's always so much. There's always so many distractions, and there's so much to do that you tend to run out of time before you can accomplish everything you want to, and then of course easily be distracted by all the things in the world. So you're having to remember to focus and prioritize.
What are some common misconceptions about writing that people outside your field have?
I think that writers sit around waiting for inspiration. If I sat around and waited for inspiration, my muse is always late, so I would end up being stuck on chapter one forever. The magic actually happens with the discipline, setting the time. That kind of goes back to actually the previous question with prioritizing time, but the discipline of sitting down to work, so to speak, and say I'm going to write, even if it's sketchy, drafty, awful. I'm going to write, and then I can always go back and edit later and make it wonderful. But we can't sit around and wait for inspiration.
What soft skills or characteristics you think are essential for success in your role?
Curiosity, if that would count as a
Mhm.
as a soft skill. Resiliency. So having the hide of a rhinoceros, but the imagination of a child. So we have to be curious enough to want to research, fall down those rabbit holes. We have to, keep asking the questions, exploring new ideas, notice all the little fine details that we can incorporate into a story, but also be resilient enough to stick to it. Not be, so much down the rabbit hole that we say, "Oh, there's never enough. I'm never going to finish this story." We've got to stick to it.
What's the biggest challenge you face in your field?
Balancing, I think, creativity with the practicality side. So we end up wearing a lot of hats as authors. We're doing the marketing, we're doing the writing, we're doing the promoting, we're doing the editing, the designing, the form, everything. There's so many hats that it can draw away from the creativity. But at the same time, the creativity can get in the way of the practicality, where it's like I just want to write. I don't want to bother with everything else. So we have to remember to balance that the marketing, the formatting, and all of that is part of the creative process. And the creativity then is what comes first, but then fuels that practical side. So we just have to balance those, make sure that they're working together.
What are the typical tasks and responsibilities of someone in your role?
The wear of many hats. Aside from the writing itself, which comes with researching, editing, proofreading, all of that good stuff. There's the publishing side. So we end up being the marketers, the public speakers, the accountants, which every writer dreads. I have to do accounting. Yes, you have to do accounting. Depending on what kind of team you have, you might be doing the formatting, you might be doing the cover design, you might even be doing the social media graphic design. We are not graphic artists. Well, I speak for myself. I am not a graphic artist, but some people may be. But you definitely have to wear a lot of hats, from crunching numbers to designing, in addition
Mhm.
to the writing.
And so, what are the pros and cons of this career path?
I think a pro is you really get to build your own worlds. I mean, it's magic. You can create characters that didn't exist, people that didn't exist, towns and cities that didn't exist, and time travel through it all. But one of the cons, I think, is the uncertainty of the market. So
Mhm.
there you are crafting all of these, what you think are great things anyway, and you don't know what the market's going to do. You don't know if it's going to take a turn and suddenly sci-fi is the next great thing and nobody wants to read romance anymore. Or, conversely, you're a sci-fi writer and nobody wants to travel to other planets anymore. They want to go to Regency, England. And you're thinking, well, but isn't it much better to explore planets than one little country in the past? Um, the market does what the market does, and it always, it's cyclical. So you just have to stick with it. But there's a uncertainty. But I mean, as long as you enjoy writing worlds, who cares? Just keep writing them. Enjoy the ride.
So, how does someone transition from a general role to a specific area of expertise?
Aside from getting serious about research, taking the whole of it seriously. We move from journaling jotting down our notes in a notebook, and we think this will be a good idea, this will be a good character, to I'm going to finish the story. I'm going to research deeply for this story, make sure it's as accurately as possible. I'm going to figure out what the market looks like. I'm going to design graphics that would help promote it. You start taking every aspect of it seriously. It's not just about I'm jotting down notes in my notebook anymore. It's the whole thing. You transition into I'm going to take this seriously as a career
Mhm.
and wear all of the many hats that come
Mhm.
with it. That is it's a hefty transition. It sounds kind of light and easy. Like, okay, so I'll write the story, I'll finish the story, and then I'll start, promoting and marketing and formatting. And oh no, it becomes daunting because it goes back to the balancing the creativity with the practicality. Once we start getting into the practicality side, it becomes a little scary and a little unfamiliar, and
Mhm.
that can scare folks off. So, to make that transition, you have to take it seriously.
Excellent. Wonderful. Thank you very much.